Okay, so I'm back with all the little things that go on the front cover. And you've got your Color Vibe black paper. And they tell you to distress it if you want to. And when I've cleaned out all my supplies, I found that I didn't bring my distressing tools, but you always have a distressing tool in your kit if you bring your scissors. So I'm going to use my scissors to be my distressing tool, and I hope you can hear me over my distress. So what I'm getting started on this Simple Stories Essential Binder from Becky Adams is the outside cover, the front cover, and this is the foundation piece that everything else is layered on. And you see I'm using the serrated side of my little Tim Holtz haberdashery scissors, or my snips. I don't remember which ones they are, but I'm distressing it right around the edges. Just sanding it. I don't have any sandpaper with me. I don't have a fingernail file, but I did have my scissors. Here we go. And I've made just enough raw edge. I've got my little applicator. I've decided instead of using the brushed corduroy, I'm going to use the black soot because the papers in this were so dark that the brushed corduroy you couldn't even see. So all I'm doing is doing a little distress around the edges of this. It's taking away that white, but not taking away that torn, rough edge. Another way to get that rough edge is keeping a trimmer on hand that the mat is wore out on. You know, when you put your paper through a trimmer where the mat's wore out, it'll kind of tear the edge of it like this. Keep that trimmer around. Keep an old trimmer around with that the mat that's wore out on it. So there is the base. Now you bring on top of the base this piece, and I've done the same thing with my scissors. I went around the edge of this, and because this is a little thinner paper, it tore a little more. Not an issue. I like it a little rougher. Give it a little tear. You could wet it, and it would tear even more, tear easier. Or you could, if you're sitting at home, you could use your distressing tool. See how little you tore it there? That's all right. Gives it a little distressed look. And I like it. Now, need a little bit more tore in there. And I'm going to come in with my soot again. Give it a little ink around the edges. Not completely covering everything, just giving a little burnt edge look. I'm going to bring that in there like that. Now, if I was sitting in my shop, I would mount this on a piece of children's craft foam to give it a little more dimension, but because I'm sitting at the beach with limited supplies, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm going to bring in my score tape. That's the one thing about taking your projects with you. You can't take everything, and you kind of are limited sometimes to the amount of stuff that you can carry. You can prep before you go, and I did a lot of prepping. I did most of my cutting before I left the shop. And I really should have packed my kids' craft foam, because it really does make these front covers three-dimensional. Put that on there. Now I've got a poker tool here somewhere, because my little fat nails sometimes won't take this cover off the adhesive, but it seems to be working fine this time. I'm trying to talk under my breath because I'm in a 5-bedroom house, and it's, even though it is 8:14 and Goody's downstairs cooking breakfast and the whole house smells like eggs and bacon and pancakes. There are people that didn't get to bed till late last night, so I know they're sleeping in this morning. So I'm going to kind of place this in the middle. No measuring, because it is distressed, so it will not be perfect. There we go. Your edges are rough. Remember, your edges are rough. This is what's going on the front of the book. Now I'm going to bring in the elements that go on it. And the first things that go on it are these film strips. Film strips are a very popular component that people use now on all of their mixed media things, but also they're incorporating them into their scrapbook pages. All right, I've got a baggie full of all of my scrapbook adhesive Pop Dots, because y'all know me. I do not scrimp on my Pop Dots, and I'm going to pop up all of these on the front cover. Again, if I was sitting at home, I might have cut these out and posted them on the Children's Craft Foam. Children's Craft Foam makes stuff very sturdy, especially when it's on the outer edge of a album. I did that with most of my 49 and Market albums because they are in the lobby at the shop, and everybody that comes through the front door that's new to the shop picks them up and holds them, which is why they're there. So that is going to go right here. And see how that pops up. And again, if you wanted to make this sturdier, you could use cardboard. You could mount it on cardstock. You could have put it on scrapbook adhesive, full sheets of sticker, anything to make it a little bit thicker. I would have preferred it be a little bit thicker, but being that I am out of place and I don't have what I need, I'm getting by with what I've got. So there's that. Now the next thing they put on the top of these film strips were the metal, what they call the chipboard metal hardware. Now this one's supposed to be black, but it's a little silver, so I'm making it a little more black. I'm going to pop it up because it needs to be a little higher than that one. Now when I've traveled, if I didn't bring all of my sizes of Pop Dots, I make do with what I've got, and I'm going to make do with this size. Put that on my finger, grab this and put it on my stanchion over there. Y'all know I usually put my leftover stuff on my trimmer. My trimmer is out of place right now. I don't have it on me. Put it right there. And another thing that you can do with these is add black. These Pop Dots come in black and white. Again, you're going to get tired of hearing me saying it. Traveling, I didn't prepare very well. I had a crop the weekend before I traveled, and I forgot to pack. Let's see, there's a black. Now, let's put another one. There it is. Put another one on this one. Cut it in half. Make do with what you have. Make do with what you have. There's not a craft store anywhere near me, y'all. Nowhere near me. There's those two. That's going to stay right there. Now, over on this side is this envelope. Now, the envelope itself is going to be flat. I'm using my scrapbook adhesive runner. It's a tape runner that has little strips in it. And I'm going to put that. You can either put it up under here or you can add it up top. I'm putting mine up under it. They put theirs on top, but I'm putting mine under because I chose to put the film strips up and above. Now, I'm coming on top of those with my flowers. My flowers will be pop dotted. My flowers, I'm going to put lots of pop dots on my flowers. Again, my flowers are a little thinner than I'm used to. I would suggest, if you're at home, use a little bit of foam or cardstock, fussy cut around them. Put your scan and cut, then put a piece of plain cardstock back through your scan and cut it where it'll be thinner. A piece of craft cardstock, and then put it on the back side. Oops, not what I needed. I'm looking for my strips. I have strips. You ever seen the strips by Scrapbook Adhesive? Awesome. See the strips? The strips work wonderful for stems on your flowers. There. Laying it over here. I'm going to pull all of this off. I'm laying this all up on top of my table because I'm not sitting in my craft room. I can always throw it on the floor on my craft room and grab my vacuum cleaner and vacuum it up when I'm through, but I do not have a vacuum cleaner here. It's probably in a closet downstairs somewhere, but the cleaning people wouldn't be very appreciative of me if I left a big, huge mess on the floor. All of that is popped up. Get my little finger out from under that. And this one will kind of hang off the side of my page, and it'll be on the front of my book. So there's that. I hope y'all can see me. I don't have a laptop where I can keep up with what y'all are looking at. Now this one, what they did was kind of slide that stem up under the envelope because the envelope was popped up. So I'm just going to slide the stem up under this other flower to get it out of the way. More pop dots. Don't we love our pop dots? We're going to put these oh, but look, you know what? They're going up on top of there, so I just need to pop dot on this side that's laying here, not up the ones that stuck up there. So there and there. Now I'm going to pull this off, and I'll show you what I'll do with that if I've got my glue open over here. But what I'll do is just pull me some glue on here. Pull this up. These are forgiving. Pull that up. Put that under there. There we go. Pull this up. Put that under there. Back up under there. And there, we're layering it. Pull that back up under there. That there. Put this up under there. I just adhere that. Now I'm going to throw another pop dot up under this edge where I didn't get enough. All right. Right up under here, I'm going to put a pop dot. There we go. There's our pop dot. Now, you can see everything. I'm going to bring my today, which is a foam title. I'm going to put my foam title right across these words, right across here. Now, there's another word on here. It is smile. And the smile I'm going to put right on top of that flower. It's a little wonky, but I can get it moved. There we go. Smile today. Now I've got my base, that for a top page, my film strips, my clipboard, my two flowers, my smile today, my little envelope, and like I said, I put my envelope down. The envelope could have been popped up too. I would suggest using a little foam up under this piece here to make it pop up off of here, but I didn't have the foam with me today. But you will have it at home, or you'll have it if you're in my shop working on it. Thank you for joining me. This is the first page, or the cover page. The cover page will be put on the front cover, and after I get it put on the front cover, I'll wrap my ribbon around the outer edge. Thanks for joining me. This is the front cover of the Simple Stories introduction to this Vintage Essentials Becky Adams snap binder. Thanks for joining me, y'all. Bye.